Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. Hope everybody's having a fantastic little day. It's so weird, man. I usually go live with David, and then when I go live by myself, I feel like something is weird. Something is off. Everything is so silent. Maybe I should have some music play in the background while I'm talking here. I don't know. It's very, very strange to go live by myself. I feel so lonely. Will somebody please join me? Please. Please don't let me do this by myself. Yeah. Yafit Doran said we missed you, AP. I missed you too. I haven't been. When was the last time I went live? Was it like a year ago or two? When was the last time I went live? 1 year, 2 years? Let's see. It was 1 week ago. What the heck? That was a long time. Yeah, David is not here. David said he's scared to go live. I asked him if he wants to go live or something. He said no, he's scared. He can only regather his courage to go live on sometime in August, beginning of August. So therefore, I am live by myself now. And and we want to review something that is not very nice, and it's probably good that David is not here because David makes everything more dark, more awful. So, yeah. A guy named Fuddle promotes the death of Jews. How surprising, says Seth, that real X spy in the chat. That's very, very interesting, right? We have a guy named Amru Fuddle. Amru Fuddle. Amru Fuddle. Amru Fuddle. Who is whose clip is going viral right now everywhere because he invited these. Look, I don't want to talk trash about those women, okay? I don't want to. I don't know what to say, but So here's the thing with Myron Gaines. Okay, Myron Gaines has a show named Fresh and Fit, which is what we're talking about today. Amru Fuddle, who calls himself Myron Gaines because he's embarrassed with his original name, Amru Fuddle. He has a show named Fresh and Fit, where he frequently invites women on, and those women are usually invited on for the sole purpose of being of making for ridiculously stupid discussions and being basically bullied and being told how stupid they are and how dumb they are. Those women, however, also come on there in order to promote themselves. So usually the people that go on that show, the women that go on that show are people who have like, I don't know, OF accounts, who have like online pornography or prostitution or stripper stuff going on, and they want to advertise their Instagram accounts or their other accounts on Fresh and Fit, which is why they go on there. And they are okay with going on there and being depicted as complete idiots, as dumb idiots, and representing women also as dumb people, just so they can promote themselves. So these are obviously not very good people, right? These are obviously not people, not women that we that deserve much respect. And I don't want to now, insult them and judge them and talk about how messed up and how filthy and how ridiculous and how immoral they are. But the thing is, the actions that these women are engaged in have wider consequences, right? Wider consequences. It's not just about them. It's not just about them doing something stupid. It's not just about them choosing a very stupid, ridiculous life. It's not just about them being, I don't know, prostitutes or porn actresses or whatever it is. It also has wider implications and wider impacts, everything that they do. They go on there and act like complete idiots, and they contribute to the atmosphere where this guy, this dummy here, this inbred bastard, Amru Fuddle, he wants to depict women as worthless, dumb people, and these women actually go on there and contribute to that. They do that lovingly. So This is not just something victimless that is going on here. It's not just these women being like immoral, I don't know, idiots. They are doing this to everybody. And also, on top of also being contributing to this environment where they insult women and degrade women as women, the worst thing about this is also that they do very bad things to me by torturing me, by being such horribly stupid, dumbass idiots. That's the worst part of it. Therefore, I can't really have much respect for them, I hope everyone knows what I'm talking about. I hope everyone understands this. So it's a very, very interesting phenomenon here. Normally, we would have this conversation that is here, in which the Nazis are praised and Hitler is praised, and Jews are vilified, and Jews are, and there's incitement done against Jews, would normally come from certain people that are associated with, the skin color that the Nazis had. So neo-Nazis would sit there and would do these things, but then now you have these black people here. You have a bunch of black people, black women, sitting here together with this inbred bastard Amru Fadl, who is a coward, and talking about how Hitler was great and Jews need to die. I'm not even exaggerating. Earlier, I made a post asking who this woman is, because I don't know anything about her. I later deleted the post because I thought, okay, I know enough now. She is some random dummy from Florida who apparently applied and went on Myron's or Amru's show to spread some garbage information. And the other important figure here is this woman here, over here with the fake hair. She apparently is a stripper who has an online account and who gets naked and strips and all that. And at first, I thought of talking about them and who they are. Later on, as the live stream approached, I thought to myself, you know what? There really is no need at all to mention their names, to look at their accounts, or anything at all. The best thing we can do, I guess, the best thing I can do, is to simply talk about how messed up these people are and talk about the messed up things they say, and then not give them any further exposure or any fame. Let's look at this a little bit. Let's look at these very, 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 very nice people. Beck said these idiots are clowns that don't represent a regular person. No one wants to see anyone being killed, especially children. Unfortunately, in today's society, we have this show is popular. I mean, this. I was going to say something that could be interpreted as really racist, but this scumbag here has lots of viewers. His latest episode has like 300,000 views, right? And the only reason I'm sitting here today and to talk about this is I just want to contribute a little bit to drawing attention to this. And I want to contribute a little bit to spreading this information, to spreading this whole this whole filth that is being put out here by these guys, in order to draw attention so that people can call them out and hold them accountable. This is also the most disgusting. This is also the dumbest thing about this. I told a story recently that I went and personally confronted Myron Gaines, Amru Fadl, and I asked him to debate me. He refused to debate me. He said that if we debate the topic of the Holocaust, even on Rumble, he will get in trouble, which is why he doesn't want to do it. That's what he said. Now, I see a comment like this, Bobby Joe, you can't be Orthodox and Zionist, little bro. First off, Bobby Joe, get the hell out of here, okay? Where in the hell did you learn this? Where did you learn this stupid, idiotic line? Who in the world told you this? Whoever told you this is an idiot. Whoever told you this is an absolute idiot. And by whoever told you this, I mean it. Whoever told you this, I don't care who it is, whoever told you this is an absolute complete freaking moron, an idiot, and doesn't know what he's talking about. Stop with this stupidity. Stop distracting from the topic. Stop with things that you learned from Twitter and coming here and preaching this idiocy. Okay, go to church for the first time in your life. Go to church, Bobby Joe. For the first time in your life, actually enter the door of a church. For the first time in your life, walk into a church and begin participating. For the first time in your life, speak to a priest in person. For the first time in your life, go to an actual Christian congregation. For the first time in your life, attend a liturgy. Stop talking nonsense that you learn online. Get the hell out of here. This is the online church. Anyway, what was I saying? Where was I? Oh yeah, he said he wouldn't debate me because he would get in trouble, and then he actually sits here and has this conversation on his channel. Let's have a look. Let's have a listen here. Let's have a listen.
What do you guys think about Hitler?
What if the Jewish did something to the Germans that made them act a certain way, but nobody wants to talk about it? Like the Jews don't want to take accountability.
Yeah.
Look how Amru Fadl is enjoying it. Look how he's having fun here. So he starts this by immediately getting into, what do you guys think about Hitler, right? What do you guys think about Hitler? What do you guys think about Hitler? I know this live stream will be heavily throttled, and maybe I should have done something about this, but I didn't really think about it. I'm thinking of still sitting down and making a little clip, making a little actual video, a recorded video, as in form of a lecture about this topic, because there's something really, really ironic here, something brutally ironic, which is that these guys are black people, and they seem to be making excuses and praising Hitler, making excuses for the Holocaust and advocating for killing Jews, which they will also get to. So yeah, this live stream will be very much throttled, but if you're here watching it, I appreciate it. And I intend to make it also public as later on as a standalone video. So mostly because I directly put Hitler in capital letters in the title, and YouTube generally doesn't like that kind of stuff, which is why they probably won't suggest this video, this live stream. But he brings up the topic Hitler immediately. He just simply jumps into it and says, what do you guys think about Hitler? Think about the stupidity of this, man. Think about this guy invites a bunch of people who are there for the sole purpose of amplifying their social media accounts, where they get naked and shake their asses to collect money from people online. And he gets into this discussion and then says, so what do you guys think about Hitler? This guy is such a filthy coward. This guy is such a filthy coward that he will not actually have this discussion with people who care about this topic, with people who know about this topic. He will, however, have this discussion with some random OnlyFans models. This is what kind of a filthy coward this guy is. Filthy, filthy bastard, inbred coward.
What do you guys think about Hitler?
What if the Jewish did something to the Germans that made them act a certain way, but nobody wants to talk about it? Like the Jews don't want to take accountability.
Yes.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
So it escalates very, very quickly. He loves this little prostitute here loves this, as she says it. Then this one over here loves it too and agrees with it and says, I'm with you on that one. And you can see the other ones, the white ones, be completely uncomfortable by it. This girl looks very uncomfortable with it, but she also doesn't really know what to do. She's like, what am I doing? I just wanted to talk about sex and OnlyFans. This whole thing, I learned Jews. I don't really know, man.
Yes.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
That's why like they was up to something, so the Germans wanted to take them out.
Yeah, like the Jews was up to something. The Jews was up to something. That's why the Germans wanted to take them out. So let's see. Where's my freaking pens, man? Where'd they go? Does anybody know where my pens are? No? No? They're all gone. Nobody knows. So, Jews probably did something. That's what she says. And Jews probably wanted to do something to the Germans, and the Germans wanted to kill them. That's why. So the Germans wanted to take them out. Look how Myron looks around. How he's really, really happy that this is happening. Looks at his production team. He's like, yeah, you hearing this? This is what I like. This is what I like.
Oh,
Like payback.
it had to be something. Like Germans wanted to take them out, all of them out.
They damn near
Marlon
wiped
likes
everybody
pictures
off
now.
the map.
Something.
They started it.
So get somebody
Damn,
that
he
mad.
The irony is that they even put the whole evil laughter up here. It's almost like they know that this is evil. Right? It's it's almost like they are aware that this is that this is evil, but they promote it anyway because they love it. It's very funny to me.
Germans wanted to take them out, all of them out.
They damn near
Marlon
wiped
likes
everybody.
I think she here said Jews are selfish.
They damn near
Marlon
wiped
likes
everybody.
Germans wanted to take them out, all of them out.
They damn near.
She says Jews are selfish. Can you imagine this? Like this narcissistic culture, these people who will throw everybody under the bus, who will throw society under the bus, and who completely jumped into this culture of narcissism, where all they want to do is to make themselves look as artificially attractive as possible. I mean, and then want to show their skin and sell themselves for money in order to exploit other people, throw women under the bus, throw society under the bus, and sit on there and simply care about money and about looks and about sex, can actually sit here and talk about how other people, how an entire group of people are selfish.
Wiped everybody off the map.
Something.
They started it.
So get somebody
Damn,
that
he's
mad.
Here
choosing
we
high.
go.
Like, yeah, talk shit about them.
The
She says they started it. So the Jews did something. That's how they started it. I have to say the Jews didn't do anything. The Jews did not do anything at all. Nothing. What they did do was exist. It's also very funny that that she's talking like this about Jews. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't say the same thing if we suddenly talked about black people in slavery, right? If we talked about how black people were enslaved, she probably wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, well, the blacks probably deserve it. The black, them blacks, they probably deserved it. They probably did something to them white people. That's why them white people was enslaving them. They probably deserved it." She wouldn't say that. She wouldn't say that.
Here we
High,
go.
like, yeah, talk shit about them.
Yeah, talk shit about that.
the Holocaust was the only way he can take out a huge population, like a huge amount of Jews all in one setting. But I already know what's going on. Like, I'm not dumb. Like,
I promise you, lady, you are as dumb as it gets. You are dumb. You say you're not dumb. I have to tell you, you're very dumb. You're incredibly dumb. You're very, very dumb. The Holocaust was the only way at least they're not denying it. At least they're not denying the Holocaust, right?
the only way he can take out a huge population, like a huge amount of Jews all in one setting. But I already know what's going on. Like, I'm not dumb. Like,
I promise you're dumb.
I know, like, the Jews did something. That's why they
Okay, what did they do? This is the funny thing. Like, at this point, I would like to just pull her here and say, okay, tell me what did they do? Tell me what they did. You want to make claims about an entire group of people who were brutally mass murdered, and you say they did. I'm not dumb. I know. I'm not dumb. I know what they did. I know they did something. Okay, what did they do? What did they do?
up here, they're trying to take back, like, they're trying to take back and get repercussions, especially here. They're trying to know what's going on. Like, I'm not dumb. Like, I know, like, the Jews did something. That's why they sent up here. They're trying to take back, like, they're trying to take back and get repercussions, especially from America. Like,
Do you mean reparations? Did you mean reparations? Dummy? Did you mean reparations by any chance? Because that's exactly what you're trying to say here. That's exactly what you're describing here. Did you by any chance mean reparations and not repercussions? And this comes immediately after you just said I'm not dumb. You are so freaking dumb. Yeah, I know that they did some. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. I know they're trying to get repercussions. I almost don't even have to comment on it. Reparations. Reparations, you idiot.
up here, they're trying to take back, like, they're trying to take back and get repercussions, especially from America. Like, from America.
Why would they get reparations from America? Why would they want to get reparations from? How does that even make sense? Really? The Jews were being mass killed. America went in and was one of the main contributors to actually putting an end to the Nazis and saving the Jews. And I have to say something, which is that unfortunately, saving the Jews wasn't very high on the agenda for America or for others as well. However, America did eventually go in and destroy the Nazis, and eventually did save Jews as well. So saving the Jews wasn't necessarily on a part of the agenda. However, America did help. Why in the world would they want reparations from America?
Americans, so they're taking over the government and stuff like that.
And take over the government and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Like, from Americans, so they're taking over the government and stuff like that.
I'm telling you, how do we take them down?
How do we take them down?
Now this crusty guy comes in and says, how do we take him down? It's just so incredible, man. So the Jews are now sitting there. The Jews are sitting like on top here. Now she's saying that the Jews are actually controlling America. So the Jews did something bad to the Germans, which is why the Germans were trying to kill them. And now the Jews survived. So now they're trying to get repercussions from America. They're trying to get repercussions from America. They're sitting up there. They're trying to get repercussions, and they're trying to do something. Trying to do something, and it's taking over the government and shit. And then this crusty guy comes in and says, how do we take him down?
I'm telling you, how do we take them down?
How do we
take him down? How do we take down the Jews? I'm referring to the guy as the crusty guy because I think that's how my wife is watching. I think that's how another YouTuber, her name is Tree of Knowledge, right? I think that's how she refers to him. So, it's just stuck in my mind.
How do we take them down?
Yeah.
I mean,
Gotta kill the motherfuckers.
Did you hear that? Oh, Tree of Logic. Tree of Logic, yeah, Tree of Logic. It's Tree of Logic. Not Tree of Knowledge. It's Tree of Logic. She calls him the crusty guy. Now here, let's hear this one more time.
Government and stuff like that.
I'm telling you, how do we take them down?
How do we take them down?
Yeah.
I mean,
Gotta kill the motherfuckers.
I had to say it.
My bad, y'all.
My bad. Hitler, he had the plan.
Let's hear this one more time. And I would like this to be, I would like every single person here sitting in this room to be held accountable for this for the rest of their lives, wherever they go. Call it whatever you want. I do not care. Her. That wasn't on purpose, but yes, her. her over there, this dummy here. I would like this to be remembered. I would like them to be remembered for this wherever they go. The suggestion here, how can we take them down? And she says we gotta kill them, the Jews. Upon which they're not like, whoa, what the hell? No, they're loving it.
I'm telling you. How do we take them down?
How do we take them down?
Yeah.
I mean,
Gotta kill the motherfuckers.
I had to say it.
My bad, y'all.
Genocide.
My bad.
Genocide. I wonder who said genocide.
Genocide.
My bad.
Hitler. I had to say it.
My bad, y'all.
Did she give her a high five here? Are you freaking kidding me? Am I? No, her hand is down. I don't know what she's doing here.
I mean,
Gotta kill the motherfuckers.
I had to say it.
My bad, y'all.
No, she's patting her shoulder. I have to say, every single person sitting in this room here is a complete piece of shit. I don't even care if it's this dummy here who hasn't so far participated in the conversation at all. I don't care if it's this one here who just sits there like an idiot. I don't care if it's this one here who just looks away the entire time. But every single person sitting in this room is a complete piece of shit. I have to say it. I don't even care. Or they're just really, really dumb. They're just incredibly dumb. And she looks like she has nothing in her mind, in her brain. She looks like that as well. I don't know. I guess that's what they're there for, you know. Every single person in this room.
I mean,
Gotta kill the motherfuckers.
I had to say it.
My bad, y'all.
Genocide.
My bad.
Hitler, he had the plan, but his plan was just too very gruesome, if we can say it.
Listen,
He said,
he had
fuck
to do
the
what he had to
world.
do.
But he had to do it.
He was like,
Listen, he was trying to save the world.
But he had to do it.
he was like,
He says he had to do what he had to do. She agrees immediately.
He was trying to save the world.
I
It didn't
agree.
work out.
He was trying to save the world. She agrees.
Jews are the reason why the healthcare system and everything around us in the government is collapsing.
Jews are the reason why the healthcare system, everything. You absolute freaking dumbass idiot. How are Jews the reason why your healthcare system is crumbling? Do you even know what is happening to your healthcare system? Do you even know anything about the healthcare system?
Thing around us in the government is collapsing because they're sitting up here stealing away from the American people.
They're sitting up here stealing away from the American. How in the world are Jews stealing? This is like putting the dumbest people in society together into a room and letting them do political talk here. That's what they're doing here. With Nazi propaganda. That's it. Honestly, this is not free speech at this point. This is not just an opinion at this point. This crosses many lines. It goes into incitement, which is very, very bad. Incitement to violence against an entire group of people. It goes against the guidelines and rules of every single platform out there, including Rumble. So yes, I would advocate for him and his channel to be taken down from every single platform that exists. This is not normal. This is not acceptable. This is not excusable under any free speech guidelines on any platform at all. And in all honesty, I'm not a free speech absolutist. I don't care. I don't care about the whole free speech. Oh, we should be able to say whatever we want, even if it means killing a bunch of... No, I don't agree. I actually do not agree. I think, for example, Islamic terrorists should be banned. People who advocate for Islamic terrorism should be banned. People who advocate for the mass killing of any group of people based on skin color or religion, whatever it is, should be banned, should be taken down. And yes, by that I would even include, I would also include white people for those dummies who say, "Oh, so you only care about the minorities." Anyone who advocates for any for the removal or oppression of any other group, and here are the Hitler fans. You see now them doing these stupid, dummy Heil Hitler signs with these symbols, always coming from anonymous accounts because they are so cowardly to actually put their names out there. This is what they are. These are these cowards of society, these basement-dwelling dumbass idiots who actually come here and now start saying Heil Hitler. I mean, it's very easy. I will just ban all of these people, and you won't be able to make any comments anymore. In what way is this useful now? You could come here and actually have a proper discussion about this and actually engage with stuff, just as I'm engaging with this here, for example. However, you come here and do something as ridiculous as this with anonymous accounts without even putting a face to it. You put some slogans up because you are little basement-dwelling 16-year-old dumbass idiots who can't even function on their own, who probably need their diapers, who probably need help to eating from their mothers. And now you want to act tough here. Now you want to act tough here. Your master prostitute, Myron Gaines, aka Amru Fadl, actually was scared to have a debate with me on this topic because he doesn't have anything in his head, because he is an inbred imbecile, just like you guys, just like you pieces of shit, you anonymous retards here. At least he has at least he puts his face out here, right? At least he puts his face out there while doing this, while doing all this filth. These guys are anonymous. I want to actually go into how messed up this is because these are black people saying this kind of stuff. I want to get into a few things that that Hitler actually said and did about black people. So I have actually, contrary to most people out there who talk about this and who are even fans of Hitler, I've actually read his book several times, Mein Kampf. And in his book, he actually describes black people by several terms and several names that I wouldn't even want to necessarily mention here because it gets into really, really dangerous, really messed up territory. But in his book, Hitler described black people as, let's see, I have a few highlights here. One quote is, "This pestilential adulteration of the blood, of which hundreds of thousands of our people take no account, is being systematically practiced by the Jew today." Here he's talking about a debunked conspiracy theory where he says that Jews are pushing black people into Germany in order to muddy the white race. He says systematically these Negroid parasites in our national body corrupt our innocent fair-haired girls and thus destroy something which can no longer be replaced in this world. This is one of the things that Hitler said about black people. The Jews were responsible for bringing them into, I said it once, I'm not going to say it again, the N, into the Rhineland, with the ultimate idea of bastardizing the white race, which they hate, and thus lowering its cultural and political level so that the Jew might dominate. So he says that that any influence, any mixing between black people and white people is a lowering of people because black people are inferior. That's what he thinks. That's what he says in his book, which is why he accuses the Jews of using this as a weapon against white people. For in a world which would be composed of mongrels and ends, all ideal of human beauty and nobility, and all hopes of an idealized future for our humanity would be lost forever. This is another thing that Hitler says about black people. Now here you have black people talking about how Hitler actually had a very good point. What else? The contamination caused by the influx of N blood on the Rhine in the very heart of Europe is in accord with the sadist and perverse lust for vengeance on the part of the hereditary enemy of our people, just as it suits the purpose of the cool, calculating Jew who would use this means of introducing a process of bastardization in the very center of the European continent and by infecting the white race with the blood of an inferior stock. An inferior stock. An inferior form of life would destroy the foundation of its independent existence. This is what Hitler thought about black people. What Hitler also did, aside from simply thinking these things about black people, he also described them as born half monkey. That's also what Hitler said about black people. The things that were done to black people in Nazi Germany ranged from, let's see, discriminating against black people in employment, welfare, housing, and social opportunities, removing black people from civil service positions under the 1933 law for the restoration of professional civil service, where black people were no longer deemed worthy of serving in any kind of civil service. Banned interracial marriage and sexual relations under the Nuremberg laws, pressuring existing couples to divorce. So existing interracial couples were forced to divorce, and marriage between white and black people was banned. Excluded black children. Excluded black children from public schools starting in 1941. He clearly wasn't interested in simply separating, races, separating skin colors, and thinking, white people are better, black people are not good enough. They need to be made better before they can participate in society. No, Hitler didn't want that kind of stuff. The Nazis didn't want that kind of stuff. They wanted to exclude and get rid of black people, which is why Nazi Germany actually banned children from public schools, black children and others as well. Forcibly sterilized at least 385 mixed race black people, or mixed race people, in the west of Germany in a secret program with the excuses that they might be carrying diseases or do carry diseases. Sterilizing people. Sterilized other black and multiracial individuals under the 1933 law for the prevention of offspring with hereditary diseases. A law was enacted of forcibly sterilizing people to prevent diseases and prevent hereditary problems. This is how messed up Nazi Germany was. And with those excuses, they directly started sterilizing black people and others without them even having any diseases, because they considered a different skin color and different origin as also being a disease. Banned black performers from public appearances in 1941. Exploited black people in human zoos. German Africa show. Here's something really messed up. The Deutsche Afrika-Schau, the German Africa show, was an exhibition touted as an ethnographic depiction of African people and customs that toured Germany in the 1937 to 1940. It was a continuation of earlier Völkerschau and people shows, a human zoo anthropological exhibition that toured in Germany in the decades before Nazi Germany. Nazi propaganda used the Deutsche Afrika show to support returning the German colonial empire and featured depictions praising the African Askari soldiers who had fought for the last Kaiser during World War I. This was, however, at a time when African minorities in Germany were denied basic rights. Bayoum Mohammed Hussein, who had taught Swahili, was part of the show, along with Kwasi Bruce. Germans with African ancestry dressed up in costumes and performed dances and other acts for the show. This doesn't get nearly into as much detail as I would like it. But you can find images, photos, and other things if you search for it. Search for the German Africa show during Nazi Germany. So the German show, or German Africa show, was already in existence prior to Nazis gaining power. But the Nazis, once they did gain power, started turning it into a really, really messed up thing. Banned jazz music as Negro music, generally excluded black people from military service under the 1935 Compulsory Service Act, though some served after sterilization. Imprisoned black people in workhouses, prisons, hospitals, psychiatric facilities, and concentration camps with at least 24 documented cases. Murdered black individuals, including Hilarius Gilgis and others in concentration camps, conducted a census of black people in 1942 ordered by Heinrich Himmler, potentially for further persecution. For black prisoners of war, subjected them to summary executions, harsher treatments, less food, and forced labor, leading to death. Roughly half of French colonial prisoners of war did not survive. Mostly of the prisoners of war, those who were black were usually treated worse and directly summarily executed. This is how the Nazis treated black people. This is how Hitler treated black people. This is how Hitler viewed black people. And here you have these idiots actually sitting down and thinking, oh yeah, they only had a problem with Jews, man. Everybody knew like Jews was bad and they was like trying to fix it and all that. No. He considered you subhuman and wanted you gone too. If Hitler came back and saw this, he would probably kill himself again. Anyway. So, there you go. That's what we wanted to talk about. Oh, here comes here comes somebody bringing up Jesse Owens. There we go. JTD8VF says Jesse Owens. This guy's probably dropping a name like Jesse Owens because he wants to spread a false claim, a false conspiracy theory that that the Nazis or that Hitler actually treated black people very, very well. And they want to bring up one example of an Olympic, an athlete. As some people might know, 1936 Olympics were done in Germany while Hitler was in power. Hitler was in power. When he was first in power, on the first day, I think, of completion, a bunch of Germans, a German team won medals during the Olympics. Hitler brought them up and shook their hands and congratulated each one of them. Then the Finnish won medals. He also shook their hands. When the first black Americans won medals, he left the event. He was then told by the organizers that he should either shake everyone's hands or nobody's hands, upon which he decided to not shake anybody's hands. But nowadays you have neo-Nazis going around and claiming that Hitler was actually very nice to one athlete by the name of Jesse Owens, who actually won a medal in Germany. That he was very good to him, that he actually went to him and shook his hands. Hitler never shook this guy's hands. Hitler never even greeted this guy. Hitler didn't say a single word to this guy. When this guy won his medal, Hitler didn't say anything at all. In fact, Hitler later said that Americans should be embarrassed that they let black people win their medals. Let's bring this up for a second. Americans ashamed. Let's bring up this quote here. La 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 Let's see. So here we have the story. Here we have Hitler's words during the events, during the Olympics. What Hitler said about black people is this. Maybe I should read this whole thing, but I want to get to one part here, which is the performance of these black athletes didn't change those who believed in white supremacy in either Germany or the United States. In their minds, there was no way for black people to win. The truth didn't matter. Stereotypes and hate were so deeply ingrained that any fact or fiction could be used to confirm them. If black people performed poorly, that proved white people were superior. If black people were victorious, that proved they had unfair advantages as a subhuman race. When black people emerged as the stars of the Berlin Olympics, first days of track competition, Joseph Goebbels wrote in his diary that white humanity should be ashamed of itself. He meant not only for losing, but for even allowing black people to compete. When Baldur von Schirach, leader of the Hitler Youth, suggested to Adolf Hitler that posing for a photo with the champion Owens would be a good publicity, Hitler was repulsed by the idea. The Americans ought to be ashamed of themselves for letting their medals be won by Negroes, he replied in anger. I myself would never shake hands with any of them. That's what he said. So there are some people who spread this stupid conspiracy, who spread this stupid false hoax that that Hitler was actually very nice to these to the black guys. Some people are even dumb enough to post pictures like this, which is a fake. It's completely fake. It's a it's a very poor Photoshop. Hitler wasn't nice to black people. Hitler hated all non-Aryans. Hitler hated Hitler hated black people. Hitler hated Slavs. Hitler hated Jews more than anyone. Hitler hated Arabs, despite befriending them temporarily because he loved Islam. Hitler was filth, and so is everyone who supports or defends him and them. The white trash panda said, I forgot I had a membership. Congrats on finally becoming a Christian. Been praying for you for a long time, brother. Keep doing the Lord's work. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very, very much. Gotta take a drink. Yeah, neo-Nazis shouldn't come to me with stupid conspiracy theories. I will destroy every single one of them. You can do that dumb stuff anonymously on Twitter. You can't do that here. Even your boy Amru Fadl, Myron Gaines, is scared. How is Mansour doing? Hope he's okay. Situation okay? Who is Mansour? Who is Mansour? Who is Mansour? What are you talking about? Who is Mansour? Apostate of Allah, these women don't care that they are being made to look dumb and are openly disrespected. They just want to advertise themselves and their OnlyFans. This is true. That's all these idiots are about. My sister-in-law was a Muslim. I converted her to Christianity. I thought this would be nice to share. Very, very nice. Very nicely done. Very, very nice. Fatwa, this guy literally called black girls ugly gorillas. They blame Jews, they become scholars. Brave Betsy became a YouTube member. Welcome to the club. Fresh and Fit is a sexist podcast with negative attitude. That's what they are. But they're worse, much worse than just that. Hyperactive says, I think it's disgusting that you're wasting time on this while the Talmud says that Jews are more handsome than Gentiles. Shut up. Crazy Normie. Anyone else noticing the rapid rise of the Nazi Islamist lefty alliance? It was always like that, man. It was like that in World War II as well. Nowadays, they act like they're big enemies, but the first to become allies were the communists and the Nazis in the Second World War. The Soviet Union made a pact with the Nazis. Of course, communists are very dumb. They think they can make a pact and go with it. The Nazis betrayed them very quickly. And the Islamists, I mean, Hitler was very good with the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, with Ryan Gosling. Grand Mufti Ryan Gosling. Hitler was very good with him. Here you have Hitler sitting with Ryan Gosling and posing for a photo and talking about how they together want to take over and eradicate the Jews. Wait, Mansour, you meant Mansour Ashkar, the Druze guy. I think he's okay. I think he's fine. He should be fine. He's safe. He's good. MTX485. We black people must have made the whites and the Arabs angry, and that's why they enslaved us, clearly. Yeah, that's how it goes. Cenk Uyghur voice. Israel is the Jewish state. Oh, no, I have to put that on my soundboard, man. I really have to put that on my soundboard. I forgot. I'm going to quickly make a note of that so I don't forget putting that on my soundboard, because that was awesome. Wait, where is that? Where is that? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, here.
The Jewish state, the greatest state of all. Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all. Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all. Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all. Israel is the Jewish state.
That's good. Pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm going to put that on my soundboard. I'm going to start working on that in a little bit. In fact, I should do that right now. I should download this and put it on my soundboard as we speak. Let's see. Let's see. Download it. Okay. Download it. Let's see. Gonna take that. Gotta turn it into an audio file. Okay.
Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all.
Good. Gonna take this, gonna turn this into an audio file here. Israel greatest. That's what I'll call it. Fantastic. And now I'm gonna take that and pick my soundboard here.
It is totally based.
Fantastic. Take my soundboard. What's my soundboard called again? Stream Deck. That's what it's called. And now I'm going to take one of these sounds that are already in here, put Israel is the greatest state of all in there, change it to Israel greatest, and now I can push the button.
Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all.
There you go. Done.
Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all. Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all. Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all.
Gotta change something about it. I have to change it so that whenever I push it, it just plays it again instead of stopping. Okay, here.
Israel is the 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 greatest state. Israel is the greatest state.
Good. All right. Now that we have that sorted out, Jepister, I know the Wingerling did something. They've taken over the healthcare system. Disler must have hated them for a reason. Exactly. Join the stream and hear AP say the Germans. Okay, then I will go to sleep. Take care of the democracy bosses who disturb lives. Middle Eastern Christians must have done something bad, and that's why the Muslims keep killing them. Exactly. Zakaria says, I attended Shabbat service for the first time yesterday at a Messianic synagogue. Keep in mind, I look like a weird skinhead. The preacher noticed a new face, walked over, and immediately wrapped his arms around me. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I thought he threw himself on you to prevent you from attacking them because he thought you were a Nazi or something. Victor, some made-up reason blacks want reparations from America because America saved blacks by freeing the slaves. Yeah. No, they want repercussions. Repercussions. I see many Christians who are against Israel's war are also proud of the Crusades, which were more brutal. Example is Milo Yiannopoulos, who called Israel monsters and 3 tweets later was proud of the Crusades. That is a funny point, isn't it? The Crusades were very brutal, which is also why, when asked, I say that I think the Crusades were very good fundamentally. Or they were very justified. The reasoning was very good, but the execution was not so good because they quickly derailed very brutally. They were started on very good grounds, the Crusades, but they quickly got a little bit messed up. But yeah, if you want to praise that and then blame Israel, it's a little bit inconsistent. It's funny. When are you going to debate the Holocaust? Never. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Blue Moon made a super sticker. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Paul, healthcare is collapsing because $3.3 trillion yearly spent on social programs gets abused by the government and NGOs. Ben Shapiro was right. Alhamdulillah. He was only attacking her because she's black. Horseshoe of Marxism, anti-black, anti-white, anti-Jewish, anti-Christian victim cultures are excuses for forceful removal and redistribution, decolonization. Alhamdulillah. Very well said.
Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all.
MTX485. Germany is already stirring. In a few years, history will repeat. Only it will be Mohammed's this time. Can't wait to see their opinions then. It's very, very bad. Very rude. I am old Greg. Love you, AP and community. Righteous anger is based.
It is totally based.
Sketch therapy. Marxism is just collectivism with extra steps, theocratic, monarchic, and Marxist collectivism. Nothing new under the sun. Excuses to say no property for you. Alhamdulillah. And soon we will also have Marxism in charge in New York City, and everything will be beautiful. Free stuff for everyone. Hee. Muslim Brotherhood is a fascist organization. They had SS groups ready to overrun the Middle East if Germany had won. Yes. Hitler also made a promise to this, to Grand Mufti Ryan Gosling. And I talked about this before. Hitler, during this meeting, made the promise to him that if the war was won and the Soviet Union and the British were defeated, Hitler would come down and help the Arabs take out the final remnants of the Jews in the Middle East. That was the idea. That's what Hitler promised to him, to Grand Mufti Ryan Gosling. Saw a clip from a live stream a year ago where said if you were religious, you would listen to Mike Winger. How did things change? I was probably joking. You think I can seriously say that while I'm friends with David Wood? That would be treason. But no, right now I'm just listening to books and certain priests and my priest and the Bible, the study Bible. Eli, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Thank you. Thank you so much for the generous, wonderful super chat, for your help, for your support. Thank you. Apostate of Allah, you should put how the Jews want repercussions on your soundboard. I will forever laugh at that. I want to listen to that again because it is just so stupid. I just want to hear that again.
I know, like, the Jews did something. That's why they sent up here. They're trying to take back, like, they're trying to take back and get repercussions, especially from America, like from.
The Jews are trying to get repercussions. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Jews, they want to get repercussions. Everybody wants repercussions. I want repercussions. I want repercussions. We demand repercussions. We all want repercussions. Everybody loves repercussions. AP, do you use Patristic Nectar app? There's an app? Really? I had no idea that there was an app of that. My wife probably knows. She knows everything. Patristic Nectar app. Oh, there is an app. Okay. I just got it. I will start looking at it. Alhamdulillah. Oh, very, very interesting. Lots of stuff in here. I'll check it out from now on. Because I want repercussions. We all want repercussions. Yes, Father Josiah has so many lectures, everything free and lengthy and incredible. Very, very nice. I'll check it out. I will check it out. You should put how the Jews want repercussions. I already read this. What's wrong with you? If the Vatican started growing romaine, would that make it the lettucey? Did you see Anna Kasparian on Tucker Carlson? I only saw her shout. I don't really know what she said, aside from her shouting. But I know that one guy, Nathan Livingstone, Milk Bar TV, he made this clip here, which was very, very cool.
Deliver solid, fact-based commentary.
How could you say something against Israel? Israel is the Jewish state.
I'm not going to let you filibuster. I'm not going to let you filibuster.
I
You
don't care
guys
that
are
they're
totally
Jewish. I wish they
okay
had a
with
safe haven
IDF
for
soldiers
Jews
shooting and
that
killing
didn't constantly
desperate people
attack their
waiting for
neighbors.
humanitarian
That didn't
aid. You're
occupy
okay
their
with that.
neighbors.
I find it
I want a
so
safe haven,
unbelievably
but they don't want a safe
evil.
haven. They want more land. It's called Greater
It shocks
Israel.
my conscience
It's a
and my
map
soul
that hangs
that
in their
people
cabinet.
as evil as
It's not like
this
they're
exist
hiding
in
it.
this
Why
world.
don't you report
Okay?
it?
Watching
Because
these
no,
images, looking at
it's
these
systematic.
videos, seeing
That's
all
an
these
excuse
kids
they use
desperate, hungry,
to drive hatred
parentless,
towards
trapped in
Muslims
Gaza, and you're
so that
sitting here
Israel
and you're
can
defending
accomplish
it.
their
I can't.
objectives.
This is the political commentary. All the intelligent stuff here. Very, very, very smart.
Israel is the Jewish state, the
The greatest state of all. The greatest state of all. Here's another post of Anna Kasparian. Who's going to tell Anna Kasparian that mental breakdowns and temper tantrums are not, in fact, credible arguments? These people, man. These people. Since I'm going through my tweets right now, I want to have a look at this here. We often talk about how in Islam, Jews are not the only target. Christians are too. And some people who are not very, who LARP as Christians, but who are not very much, in it, not very much aware of things, think that the problem is only Jews. It's not. Here you have a Palestinian imam in Rafah, in Gaza, on April 7th, 2023. This is not during the current war. This is before October 7. It's before the war. Listen to what he says.
لنرى شذاذ الآفاق إخوان القردة والخنازير وهم يعيثون فيه فسادا.
We see the hordes of foreigners, the brothers of apes and pigs.
إخوان القردة والخنازير وهم يعيثون فيه فسادا وظلما وبغيا.
Spread corruption, injustice, and evil.
فقد ورد في الأثر أنهم قتلوا 70 نبيا من أنبياء بني إسرائيل في ساعة من نهار ولم تقفل أسواقهم فخسف بهم إلى حيوانات مستقذرة مستقبحة مثل القردة والخنازير.
Allah transformed them into filthy, ugly animals like apes and pigs. Talking about Jews here.
لا القردة والخنازير كل ذلك بما جلبوه من ظلمهم وبغيهم. كيف نقهر العدو؟ للأسف بعض من نحبهم من الدعاة في بعض أصقاع الأرض لا يفهمون ماذا يعني لنا أن نقهر العدو. نقهر العدو بماذا؟ بالتربية الروحية والإيمانية؟ نقهر العدو فقط بالصلاة في المساجد؟ نقهر العدو بالسلاح يا كرام؟ نقهر العدو بالخوف؟
We will destroy, we will defeat the enemy not by prayers, not by education. We will defeat the enemy by weapons, inflicting fear and terror upon the enemy.
بالخوف نقهرهم بالرعب نقهرهم بإعداد المواقع وتدريب الرجال.
This is Islam.
واستعداد كل أبناء الشعب الفلسطيني والمسلمين.
All Palestinians and Muslims should make preparations.
ليستعدوا إلى يوم إذا ما استنفرنا نفرنا. لم ننظر أبدا إلى الثمن مهما كان غاليا. أي يخوفوننا بالقتل فأي طعم أزكى من الشهادة.
What is better than martyrdom? We are not afraid of death. We love death. We love death. Now let's go further. Then came the British.
ولم يمكثوا كثيرا واليوم جاء الدور على اليهود. اللهم عليك بيهود. اللهم
Oh Allah, bring annihilation upon the Jews.
عليك بيهود شل أركانهم ودمر كيانهم ومزق أمرهم واجعل بأسهم شديدا. اللهم مكننا من رقاب يهود. اللهم مكننا من رقاب يهود. اللهم مكننا من رقاب يهود. اللهم عليك بالكفار والملاحدة والمشركين.
Oh Allah, bring annihilation upon the infidels, the atheists, the polytheists.
أحصهم عددا واقتلهم بددا ولا تغادر منهم أحدا.
Count them one by one, kill them all. That's what he says. Not just the Jews, all the disbelievers, all the infidels, all the atheists, all the others, all the enemies, all those who are aiding them. Muslims are to rise up and to kill them all with the help of Allah one day. That's what he says.
دور على اليهود. اللهم عليك بيهود. اللهم عليك بيهود شل أركانهم ودمر كيانهم ومزق أمرهم واجعل بأسهم شديدا. اللهم مكننا من رقاب يهود. اللهم مكننا من رقاب يهود. اللهم مكننا من رقاب يهود. اللهم عليك بالكفار والملاحدة والمشركين أحصهم عددا واقتلهم بددا ولا تغادر منهم أحدا.
Not just the Jews, but the infidels, the disbelievers, the rejectors, or the atheists, the polytheists. May Allah kill all of them, not leave a single one of them. This is their attitude here. I recently, Isaac says, Isaac 19 August, I recently stumbled upon your YouTube channel. What I've noticed is that some Christians think dispensationalism is wrong, but those same people think Jews are everything fault and that Hitler was a hero, even though he wasn't a Christian. Thoughts? Well, interesting question. There are many layers here. But if we're strictly talking about those people who both think that Hitler was a good guy, but who also have certain problems with certain, Christian theological ideas, I would say those people are completely messed up, ignorant, and probably not really Christians. You can't be a Christian and a Hitler fan at the same time. So in that case, I would say that's just strictly contradictory. It is an impossibility. You can't be a Christian and a fan of Hitler. Hitler was an enemy of Christianity. Hitler hated Christianity. In his most trusted man's words, in Goebbels' words, Hitler hated Christianity. That's what Goebbels said about Hitler. He said, and I have those highlights somewhere. He says in his diary, he said that Hitler hated Christianity. He saw it as a tool, as an extension of the Jewish race, or a branch of the Jewish race. And he only wanted to run with it as long as he could use it to tame the masses and to transform it into something that, so that it would become a tool of the Nazis. Hitler hated Christianity. Hitler hated Christians who were faithful. Hitler also put Christians into camps. Here's one of them. Back there. That is Maximilian Kolbe, who was murdered in a concentration camp. He was a Catholic priest. Here we have another one behind me. She was murdered by the Nazis, Saint Maria of Paris. She was put into a gas chamber and killed. Hitler hated Christianity. That said, as for those who say that dispensationalism is wrong, I would say that I wouldn't agree with dispensationalism, and I would say that it wouldn't be considered a very traditionally good theological perspective. But yeah, if somebody says dispensationalism is wrong, but then goes with I love Hitler, you can't expect anything from that person. It's ridiculous. Ege Madiba, ISIS, party name of Islamic State of Africa, application to contest elections in South Africa failed with 47,000 people opposing it. They are appealing, but it's some good news for once. Very, very good. Very nice. There was an anti-Donald Trump protest in Scotland earlier today, and people were chanting death to the IDF. No arrests. But hey, say something about Muslims, about Muslim countries. They will be at your door tomorrow. Cracklin, why do they think God creates people just to want them destroyed? It makes no sense. Muslims have a very, very messed up view of the world. They also believe that that Allah created most humans just so He can burn them in hell forever. That's literally what Islam is. That's what Islam preaches. That's what the Quran says. 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 It says so in chapter 7, verse 179. It says that, and we have certainly created for hell many of the jinn and mankind. They have hearts with which they do not understand. So here. We have certainly created for hell many of the jinn and mankind. They have hearts with which they do not understand. They have eyes with which they do not see. And they have ears with which they do not hear. Those are like livestock. Rather, they are more astray than livestock. It is they who are the heedless. So, according to the Quran, most people will not believe, which it also says very much. Let's combine these verses. La 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 la. So you have multiple verses in the Quran that will say that most people will not believe in Islam, such as chapter 12, verse 106, or 12, 103. And then you will have this Quran verse saying that we have certainly created for hell many of the jinn and mankind. So all those who disbelieve will go to hell, and all those who go to hell, Allah has created them simply so that they can go to hell. So He created humans just so He can send them to hell and can burn them there forever. This is how Muslims view Allah. How do you expect them to have compassion upon disbelievers in the world? How do you expect them not to simply think, oh yeah, these people, we can just kill them. They're like livestock. The Quran literally calls them livestock. It says they are worse. It says the disbelievers are worse than livestock, which are for you to kill. They are worse. Allah created them for hell. It's of course understandable that Muslims will go out wanting to kill those people as well. That's how Islam is. Islam is disgusting. Alhamdulillah. All right. Also, Sahih 2622C. Sahih what? Did I just say 2622? 2662. 2662C. You mean Sahih Bukhari? Sahih Muslim? La 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 la. Did you mean this? Did you mean this? Allah's messenger, Aisha, the mother of the believers, said that Allah's messenger was called to lead the funeral prayer of a child of the Ansar. I said, Allah's messenger, there is happiness for this child who is a bird from the birds of paradise, for it committed no sin, nor has he reached the age when one can commit sin. He said, Aisha, peradventure it may be otherwise, because Allah created for paradise those who are fit for it, while they were yet in their father's loins, and created for hell those who are to go to hell. He created them for hell while they were yet in their father's loins. This is how messed up it is, man. This is Islam for you. This is Islam for you. This right here is Islam. He wants to put y'all in hell.
I don't buy your Allah.
All right. I think I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be a short live stream. It's going to be throttled anyway. Watch Sadden Ibrahim interview. Who? No, I didn't watch anything. Hi, AP. Candace faces lawsuit by French. Oh, I wanted to go through that. I was wanting to read the whole lawsuit, actually. Then I saw how big it is. Then I thought, I'm not going to read this whole thing. But I downloaded it. I think it is 213 pages long or something like that. Candace Owens. Let's see. Where is it? In the Superior Court of the State of Delaware. How many pages is this? Oh, it is 219 pages. So the French President Macron is suing Candace Owens. Actually, the President Macron and his wife are suing Candace Owens and the company that Candace Owens makes her publications from, which apparently belongs to her husband. They are suing her for different reasons, including but not limited to her repeated claims that Brigitte Macron is actually a male and also an incest doing pedophile or something like that. I don't know. But the thing is, the main claim is, of course, that she repeatedly said that Brigitte Macron is a male and only pretends to be a woman. And she has been shown repeatedly evidence that this is not true. And they have also sent her a legal document to acknowledge the evidence and to take back her claims, but she simply ignored it, upon which they decided to sue her. So she's now facing a massive lawsuit. This is actually kind of funny. As much as I think she's a complete idiot, I'm calling it now Time Man of the Year, Brigitte Macron. This is actually kind of funny. At least she can have a sense of humor, right? Sometimes. When she's mocking others, she has a good sense of humor. When she is mocked, she doesn't have a good sense of humor. She's facing a massive lawsuit now. I checked a little bit of legal analysis of the lawsuit and what it looks like. And it looks like it's a very solid lawsuit. Most likely outcome is either that the Macrons will win this lawsuit, or they will somehow settle. It's very likely that they will somehow settle outside of court, that they will force Candace Owens to publicly apologize and retract things. But the thing is, Candace Owens is stupid. She might not settle. She might be too prideful to publicly acknowledge that she made a mistake. She might be too prideful to publicly say, I was wrong and I hereby apologize and I take back this and this and this. And in that case, it would end up with her being defeated before a court. And she would face massive consequences. In either case, Candace Owens is screwed here. She is screwed. Because what she has to do now, she has to somehow demonstrate that she didn't have ill intentions. That she didn't have, what's it called? It's just called malice, right? That she didn't mean any harm. That she genuinely believed her false claims about Brigitte Macron. She has to somehow demonstrate that, but she can't really demonstrate it because she has been given clear legal documents of all the evidence, and she ignored it all. French courts have already clearly established that all these claims about Brigitte Macron are false, and I don't care about the Macrons. I think Emmanuel Macron is absolutely horrible. I think he's a terrible president. I don't care about his wife, but the claims about them are false, and a French court has already demonstrated it. So at this point, Candace Owens is completely wrong with her claims, and she has to demonstrate that she didn't intend malice, but she can't demonstrate that, which is why she's screwed. So that's that. They haven't. That's the problem. Yes, they actually have. French court did conclude that the evidence is clear that Brigitte Macron was never born male, that these claims are false. They haven't. That was overturned on appeal. No, that's not what's overturned. What was overturned is precisely what I'm talking about here. So French court rules that the claims are false, that Brigitte Macron was actually born female, and there are multiple documents which attest to this and which prove it. But she was suing these people for defamation. The court ruled that these people did indeed engage in defamation, that they need to be fined. That, however, was overturned because of the conclusion that those people who made the defamatory claims didn't have ill intentions, that they actually genuinely believed in the false claims that they made. That's why it was overturned. So the higher court ruled that the defendants genuinely believed in the false claims that they made about Brigitte Macron. That was the conclusion there. Which is why, in this case, for example, with Candace Owens, she would also have to demonstrate that she actually genuinely believed that Brigitte Macron was born a male. But she can't prove that. And that's why she's screwed. In fact, it can be very, very easily proven wrong. And that's the issue. I don't know why my voice is disappearing. I didn't even talk very long. Let's see. I can quickly go to the conclusion of that court ruling, but whatever. We can talk about that some other time. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave now. I'm going to leave it at that. Mandis put the reputation of her career on this. If Macron wants to destroy Mandis, she takes her pants down in court in front of the judge and jury. I hope so. Mandis is absolutely screwed. Mandis has ruined herself with this. Here is Mandis, who was very likely actually a man. I'm just asking questions. I'm just speculating. I don't know. Just asking questions, y'all. Okay. And was on Tucker's show blaming Israel for Azerbaijan's ethnic cleansing of Armenians. Don't blame Azerbaijan, blame Israel. Tard logic. Oh yeah. You mean Anna Kasparian? Yeah, I saw that. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. As always, hold these idiots accountable. The Nazi-loving, Hitler-loving folk. These here. These useless bastards. And also, where's my goat? Oh yeah, here's my goat. Also, as y'all know, we like to say this, which translates to
stay away from Islam.